Hello guys and welcome to FunElectronicsToday. I just wanted to give you more information about Syma X5C. This drone is one of the most sold drones on the market, at least for the beginners, and it comes in different iterations. A lot of people are manufacturing it, a lot of people are buying it. Well, I saw some positive things about it and I also saw some negative things about it, and I want to tell you more about these things so you can know. First of all, let's start with the description. This type of drone doesn't have any brushless motors, so all the four motors are having brushes. It's a drone that it has like 31 centimeters from one corner to another. I think for 5 times in a row when I hit some objects or something like that, I had this propeller being broke. So I don't know why, but it only happened to this one. And once I think I had to change this one too, but although I had many crashes with it, I never had problem with this propeller or with this propeller. And I also had to change this motor once. Now I don't know why it only happens in this corner. Maybe it's only my drone, maybe it's something wrong with its geometry, maybe it's something a little bent here, or it's not flying straight. But I've been only having problems with this propeller. This propeller is rotating like this, and my guess was that maybe I'm catching some objects between this. Of course I don't know why this isn't the case for this other propeller, because in my point of view is just as exposed as this one. I mean, if you're moving the drone sideways, you might catch some other object to interfere with the trajectory of the drone. Another bad thing about this drone is it doesn't have enough power to fly if the atmospheric pressure is really low. I was in a city that was situated about 200 meters above the sea level, and it was flying perfectly with with all the accessories, and I could also carry the video camera and the battery lead with it. I had no problem flying it until I moved in a mountain region, and I'm situated here about 1600 meters above the sea level, and suddenly the drone won't fly anymore. If I want to fly the drone, I have to get rid of something, and sometimes I just take the video camera off, or some other times if I want to shoot some images or something like this, I just have to take the legs off, or of course the propeller nets. The video camera is not really good. I made another video about this type of cameras. They have a very big lag, I could say. You see the image with a very large delay. It's like almost 1 second, and this is extremely disturbing when you try to fly the drone and to watch only your mobile phone and the images that are being captured by this video camera. And another sad aspect of it, in my opinion, is that the angle is extremely narrow. So if you're trying to fly this drone inside the house, you won't manage to. You only see a very narrow angle. It's a very sharp angle, and you cannot see the surroundings, you cannot distinguish basically anything. This is not extremely helpful for the outdoors either. The range of the drone doesn't extend more than 30 meters or so, even though I tried to take the case off and to increase the size of the loop antenna. That doesn't help much. I was only able to obtain like a 30 meter, maybe 35 meters of range, and that's not extremely helpful. If you are trying to visualize images with this camera from 35 meters, you will only see an image that it's like 5 meters wide or something like this. So in my opinion, I would prefer a video camera that would have 3.5 millimeters lens or something like this, so it gives me a wide angle. I know I'm not going to be able to see too much resolution there, so probably I'm going to see some small objects and I won't be able to distinguish them if I digitally zoom into the image, but at least I will be able to fly the drone and see the surrounding objects. The flying time is about 7 minutes or something like this if I'm not using the video camera. Of course, the video camera itself takes up some energy, and you will only be able to fly it for like 5 minutes instead of 7. These motors are not brushless, as I said. They are having some geared mechanism inside, and that's made out of plastic that is or can be a little rigid, so it might crack when you hit the drone or you crash with it. This is the battery place, the connector for the video camera, and this is the connector for the battery. Many times when you order this drone online, it won't reach the destination because of the international flight regulations. They don't allow separate batteries to be delivered with the packages inside the mail. This is the on-off switch, and of course when you turn it on, it will flash these LED lights underneath. When you start the remote control using this central button, it will connect with the drone and the lights will stop flashing. This is the indication that the remote control is connected with the drone. In order to initialize the remote control, you need to move the throttle level all the way up, and then it will beep once, and then all the way down and it will beep again, and this means that the drone is now connected and the controls are initialized. Any movement of the throttle now will cause the propellers to spin. It's very important to start the drone in leveled position on the flat floor or on a flat piece of ground. If you start the drone, if you initialize the drone in a tilted position like this, it won't fly straight. So that's like a basic rule. I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about the controls because I couldn't find anything, any user manual that would describe all the buttons of the remote control in a proper way. So first comes first, this is the throttle, like I said. If you move this lever sideways, it will cause the drone to rotate in mid-air. This lever in the right side makes the drone to move forward, to move backwards, to translate right, so to move right without rotating, and of course to translate left. These buttons right here, I could never find a proper description for them. In most of the cases I've seen that the middle button doesn't do anything, you cannot even push it. There are two other buttons, the right one and the upper one. They are for photos and for video. The button below here allows you to keep the direction of the drone even if you rotate it. So if you, for instance, if you rotate the drone 90 degrees right, and then you try to move it forward, it will still move forward according to your position, even though it's rotated 90 degrees. These small buttons are fine-tuning the movements of the drone in mid-air. So if you are flying the drone and at some point you realize that one of the propellers is not pushing as much air as it should because it's worn off or something like this, you'll realize that one of the corners of your drone will always lose some altitude, and this will cause the drone to slide backwards or to move in some other direction. You can gently adjust it by moving the switch sideways, and if you do this a few times, you will notice some incrementing dots here on the display. Of course, these settings are going back to default, so they are going back to 0 when you reset the remote control and you're reinitializing the drone. This upper right switch here, if you press it once, it will change the speed of the drone, so it's like a small gear shifter. This other switch on the top left side of the remote control, it will do some acrobatics in mid-air. If you press it once, you will hear some beeps, and then a special maneuver will take place, like the drone will rotate or it will do a backflip or something like this. The trouble with these modes are not all of them are working, so I tried all of them and it seems like only a few memory locations are set for these things. Some of the modes are just not working, so you'll have to press the button once. It does like a backflip or something. Then when you press it the second time or the third time or the fourth time, it doesn't do anything, although it beeps. But if you press it the fifth time, it will do some other flip or double flip or something like this. And in my opinion, again, this is annoying, this is disturbing. Sometimes I lose count. I don't know what kind of maneuver it will perform, and this is not something that you can recognize by the number of beeps, although maybe this was the initial thought of the designer when they added these beeping signals. And this is not something that you can find specified in the user manual, so this is a little disturbing. Well, thank you very much for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this in the future, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and of course I'm looking forward to see your comments below in the comment section.